Hey, what's happening? This your boy Stunna and I'm in the lab with iGrindTV. Let's do it.
That's right, man. It's iGrindTV, DJ 007 the Great. Got the homie Stunner Bam in the building, all the way from
Hey,
H-Town. What's going on, Bam?
man, cool, man. My pleasure to be here with y'all.
Yes, sir. Straight out that H-Town, man. What's
Yeah.
the energy like in Houston right now?
Uh, man, everybody getting in their groove or finding themselves again. The city back buzzing. We had a few, mainstream artists, opening the door for people like myself. We got 1501. One of the hottest labels in Texas. You know, using their platform, to grab people with the talent, with the background, with the love in the city. So for the most part, man, like I say, shit, we trying to ante it back up and get it back to the screw days and the Swisher House days, but on a bigger scale.
A lot of people might not be familiar with you and might think that you are a new artist.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been doing this?
Man, since say about 8 years, about a solid 8 years. In and out, but I've been in the game, a good 8 years for sure.
What part of Houston are you from?
From Third Ward, the home of George Floyd, home of Beyonce, and a whole bunch of more players. Big Mo, rest in peace.
Yes, sir. And speaking of George Floyd, you just mentioned George Floyd. From what we've come to hear, you had your own personal relationship with George Floyd. Why don't you give us a little insight into that relationship?
Um, man, he just was one of them staples in my hood, man. That back to fuel me and my homies. Just on the mental side. He was a gentle giant in real life, man. So he's standing 6'6", 6'8". So we need him for security purposes or just for some motivational purposes. He was always there. He called me nephew. I grew up with his blood nephew, Lil Woo, out the CUNY homes, and we all played ball together. And for the most part, like I say, as I start venturing off into the music, he was already doing what he did for Cal Wayne, or for Zeta Brick Boy, who just lost his life a few weeks ago, opening her and Bloodbath. She got a hot song with Ken the Man, that For Me song. Like I say, he was just a staple to all of us, man. And he always, I remember him catching the bus one time to me, to the studio just to vibe out with me and, chill with me and motivate me. So, Big Dog forever in my favor, man.
Of course, the verdict just dropped today, and they found Derek Chauvin guilty on all three counts. How do you feel about that?
I mean, long as his immediate, brother, wife and everybody, comfortable with the outcome, I'm cool. At this point, we ain't got no control over what didn't happen, so I kind of try to work through it, just knowing, he was one of the ones that was dear to me and to the world here. Black Lives Matter, you know, peace, but for the most part, that's one of my personal. So on the back end, like I say, long as his family, his immediate family, okay with the outcome, I'm cool with it. I'd rather his ass free. Yeah, ask me.
You say you want him out of here.
Yeah, I'd rather him free.
That's a whole other conversation to be had. So of course, you with 1501 Entertainment. How did you get with 1501?
Um, Carl tapped in with me, and like I said, we went back and forth a few times. Then he reached out to a few people that surround me, and once our time got on the same page, we kind of shit started tapping in with each other in the studio. And after my first day, he asked me was I coming back. I came back, and everything just kind of started blending on its own.
So this song you got with Erica Banks, Rock Out. Is this your biggest record to date?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Cause I mean, E1 and 1501, I'm joining two strong platforms, two strong systems. So for the most part, they done already showed the results. Within the first couple of months of the record being aired, and it's definitely my biggest record yet, and gonna be my biggest record, up until I get one bigger.
Tell us about Rich Regardless. See, you always promoting Rich Regardless. What's going on with that?
Rich Regardless, that's some. It was one of my songs, and I ended up turning it to my brand after my big homie Mr. Mike. He like a mentor for me for on my marketing side, on my branding side for my clothes, cause he kind of like helped me go with my move, helped me choose the title, cause I had a few options, but like I say, he's still in my life right now. Just doing what he can to help me keep Rich Regardless alive. And like I say, but it's a brand that I started in after I showed, through social media that it is more than being a rapper. Where I'm sold on being more than a rapper. A businessman, being a walking business. Um, it kind of started all the other rappers in the city to creating their brands and shit. And you'll walk through a hood and ride through a hood and see a crackhead, or somebody that's disabled with a Rich Regardless shirt on. Cause I make sure I go through my garage and shirts. I go press them up just to go give them away downtown. To the people that everybody might pass up or might feed, but shit don't consider shit. They need clothes and kicks and socks too.
If you weren't doing music, what would Stunna Band be doing?
Shit, what I'm doing now, just hustling. Just putting it together. To the best of my ability. I ain't never been sold on just doing the music. I always, had different ventures in life. And like I say, it ain't nothing specific. It's just hustling. Period. Like whatever I can make work for me, I'm gonna put my hands in it.
How would you describe your sound?
Mm, man, I say I got a new wave Texas sound. I'm a blend of that Southside SUC culture and the new wave. For the most part, I mean my sound built off love and loyalty and hustle. So I mean I get in the blender with anybody. I feel like, man, I'm a creator. So my sound, it ain't no one sound. It's kind of you know whatever box I put myself in.
Who were some of your musical influences?
Um, Man, coming up, I liked a lot of the underground stuff. I always heard, like, the radio or whatever, but I used to like Missing More, Big Mo, Mac Dre, J Style, and, people that's kind of like the underground artists in their cities, but, they kind of, running shit. And, on the urban side, like the Jeezys or whatever, Jeezy, all his bodies of work, while I was growing up moved me for sure, for sure.
What separates you from other rappers?
Um, Man, I say, man, my purpose, man. Like I really, I ain't rapping, you know, to get to get rich, get out the game, and just being my highs, hustling, not motivating the world, man. Like I'm really using this shit to build a platform, to show the young niggas worldwide they can do it. But then on the back end, it's a lot of people that might not, be no hustlers. They might not, be, they might not have got influenced by the stuff I got influenced by growing up. So, a nigga want to still teach them how, graduating fresh out of high school, it's a new start. It's a lot of access you got to the world that we don't really know about till we down there, in our 30s. Some people never figure it out. So, I mean, that's what's going to separate me for sure, me, reaching out to them youngins and giving them a platform to build off of straight out of high school, because nobody, we kind of shit graduate and gotta, or don't graduate and gotta find our way in the world with no guidance. And sometimes that shit end up being too late. Niggas get life, niggas end up dead. So I want to, get them young niggas a platform where they can find their way straight out of high school.
Tell us about the upcoming album.
Uh, Baptized in Law to the title. I'm gonna have a few features on it. I don't want to spill the beans on it, but I'm definitely in the mix working. with some hot people. Erica Banks on there for sure. That's the first single we're gonna push out of it, and
Rock out.
rock out. Yeah, like I say, it's getting a lot of airplay on a lot of radio stations: Chicago, Atlanta, New York, Houston, Dallas. Like I say, we just working, spreading the record. Trying to build before we start the challenges and all that, and on the back end, baptized in loyalty though. That's something I stand on. So y'all make sure y'all wait on that and anticipate it, because it's gonna be good work for sure.
All right, man. Appreciate you coming through. Definitely much success, and of course, man, keep doing what you're doing. It's iGrindTV.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate y'all for having me.